Understanding transparency in business practices. Transparency has become a buzzword in the business world in recent years. It refers to the practice of being open and honest about a company's operations, finances, and ethical standards. Transparency in business practices is essential as it helps to build trust and credibility with customers, investors, and stakeholders. In this article, we will discuss the importance of transparency in business practices, its benefits, and how companies can implement transparency in their operations. Why is transparency important in business practices? Transparency is essential in building trust and credibility with stakeholders. Companies that are transparent in their operations and ethics are likely to attract customers and investors who value these traits. Transparent companies are not only more attractive to consumers and shareholders, but they can also benefit from increased loyalty and repeat business, leading to sustained growth and profitability. Transparency also helps to maintain a level of accountability, which is essential in promoting ethical business practices. When a company is transparent, it is easier for stakeholders to identify any unethical practices and hold the organization accountable. This, in turn, helps to maintain a company's reputation and avoid any legal or financial repercussions. Moreover, transparency can also help organizations identify areas for improvement and develop effective strategies to address them. By sharing data and information about their operations, companies can identify potential weaknesses in their systems and work to improve them. This process can lead to more efficient operations, better customer experiences, and more robust relationships with stakeholders. Benefits of transparency in business practices. 1. Builds trust and credibility. Transparency is crucial in establishing trust and credibility with stakeholders. When companies are transparent about their operations, finances, and ethical standards, they demonstrate a commitment to openness and honesty. This fosters a positive reputation and results in increased customer loyalty, investor confidence, and stakeholder support. 2. Promotes accountability. Transparency promotes accountability by making it easier for stakeholders to hold companies accountable. When companies are open and honest about their operations, it is easier to identify and address any ethical concerns. This, in turn, helps to maintain a company's reputation and avoid legal or financial issues resulting from unethical practices. 3. Leads to more effective decision-making. Transparency can lead to more effective decision-making by providing stakeholders with the information they need to make informed decisions. When companies share data and information about their operations, stakeholders can better understand the situation and make informed decisions that benefit everyone. 4. Encourages innovation and efficiency. Transparency can also lead to innovation and efficiency in business practices. When companies are open about their operations and finances, they can identify potential weaknesses and develop effective strategies to address them. This, in turn, can lead to more efficient processes and identify areas of innovation that drive business growth. How to implement transparency in business practices. 1. Be open and honest. The first step in implementing transparency in business practices is to be open and honest about your company's operations and ethical standards. This includes sharing information about the company's finances, operations, and policies. Open communication and transparency can help stakeholders understand what's happening within the company and build trust and confidence. 2. Publish regular reports. Publishing regular reports about your company's operations and finances is an effective way to increase transparency. These reports can include data on revenue, profits, expenses, and other metrics that provide insight into how the company is performing. Regular reports can also identify areas for improvement and promote accountability. 3. Establish ethical codes and standards. Establishing ethical codes and standards is critical in promoting transparency in business practices. These standards should outline the company's commitment to ethical practices, including fair treatment of employees, environmental responsibility, and financial accountability. 4. Encourage feedback and open communication. Encouraging feedback and open communication is essential in promoting transparency. Companies that are receptive to feedback and willing to engage in open communication with stakeholders can build a culture of trust and accountability. 5. Use technology to increase transparency. Technology can be an effective tool in increasing transparency. Companies can use technology to collect and analyze data on their operations, providing stakeholders with real-time access to information about the company's performance. They can also utilize technology to communicate with customers and investors, providing them with updates and insights into how the company is doing. Transparency not only benefits companies, but it also benefits society as a whole. When companies are transparent, they promote a culture of ethical practices. This, in turn, can lead to greater social responsibility, environmental sustainability, and overall economic stability. Transparency can also help to prevent corporate scandals and fraud, which have severe social and economic consequences. When companies are open and honest about their operations, it is easier to identify any unethical practices and take necessary corrective actions. This, in turn, can help to maintain public trust and confidence, which is vital to the success of any business. Moreover, transparency can promote competition and market efficiency. By providing stakeholders with information about their operations, companies can encourage innovation, competition, and consumer choice. This can lead to more efficient markets and benefit consumers and society as a whole. By doing so, they can build a positive reputation, increase stakeholder support, and drive sustained growth and profitability. Implementing transparency may require initial investment, but the long-term benefits are well worth the effort. It is important to note that transparency should not be seen as a one-time solution or a one-size-fits-all approach. Each company must find its own ways to establish transparency in line with its unique characteristics and needs. Additionally, transparency should not be used as a tool to hide unethical business practices under the guise of openness and honesty. Instead, it must be integrated with an ethical code of conduct that promotes fairness, integrity, and responsibility. In summary, transparency is a buzzword for a good reason. It is a crucial element in building trust and credibility with stakeholders, maintaining accountability, and promoting effective decision-making, innovation, and efficiency. By adopting transparent business practices, companies can benefit from increased customer loyalty, investor confidence, stakeholder support, and sustained growth and profitability. More importantly, transparency can promote a culture of ethical practices, prevent fraud and scandals, and benefit society as a whole. Therefore, implementing transparency should be a priority for all businesses, regardless of their size or industry. By taking a proactive approach to transparency, companies can establish themselves as trustworthy and credible members of their respective communities. In addition to the tips mentioned earlier, there are other ways that companies can promote transparency. For example, some companies have established social responsibility programs to promote transparency and accountability. These programs aim to align the company's values with its operations and promote ethical practices while making a positive impact on society.